just walking up this mountain with a camera. Just this mountain. Enchanted Rock again. Yeah. No big deal. Let's have some fun. So there were some questions recently. People asked me how I plan to fund my life while I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail for 6 months. And the brutal truth behind that is I really don't know. I have a full year to prepare for that. I don't necessarily know right now how I'm going to have money while I'm on the trail. That is why last night I started a Patreon. In the coming months, I am intending to make this YouTube channel more of a helpful thing for people who are preparing to do long distance hiking or apply ketogenic lifestyle to maybe an endurance athlete kind of life. Realistically, any kind of long-term goals that have to do with long distance traveling and ketogenics and the gear that you may or may not be using. For example, yesterday I hiked up Enchanted Rock with my Osprey Daylight backpack and my Asics Gel Venture 6s. While I'm on the Appalachian Trail for 6 months, I won't have steady income. So I have two options, and one of them is to save up a good sum of money before the Appalachian Trail, which is possible. You know, it's gonna be hard because I have things to pay for until then. Another option is to beg you guys to let me work for you. So I'm not asking anybody to donate money to me. I'm asking if you may find any of my information useful, allow me to work for you. Go to my Patreon page. I'll add a link in the description here. There's options for $1, there's options for $15 a month. I tried to create some incentives, which I will update in the future. The problem with me is that I don't think spending time with me is really worth anything, so I don't know. I feel kind of weird offering that as a reward, but that is in there as a reward, so if you feel so inclined, please feel free. I don't feel like I'm entitled to anything that you guys may or may not give to me. I don't feel like I deserve it. So in my opinion, I feel like I am earning it. And if you do commit to any amount on my Patreon and you ever want me to review a specific product, address a certain dietary restriction or conditioning technique, please feel free to reach out for me. I am working for you. I really appreciate you taking your time to even watch my videos. I appreciate all the comments, likes, and shares, and I hope that we can grow together in this venture, and I really hope that I can really make something of this and create helpful content for anybody who cares to even watch my content. Realistically, you guys will be in the future and from now on the lifeblood of From Beer to Ketosis. So anyway, here is my hike of Enchanted Rock with a new hiking partner, a friend of mine named Sydney that I met recently, and she was a great hiking partner. I didn't do a lot of video because I didn't know quite how she felt about being in the YouTube video, so you may or may not see her more in the future depending on, you know, how much she wants to be involved. From Beer to Ketosis here. I'm halfway up Enchanted Rock. Halfway. I got my friend Sydney here. Say hi.
Hello.
She's all right.
Okay.
Out here looking at a bunch of green stuff and birds. I saw a vulture. Told him to say hi to his mom. So so far good day. All right, I'm up here talking about eagles. I had to cut that out because I don't curse on my channel like Will Smith. I'm up here talking about eagles, and she says I'm like an old man.
If you are naming birds already, you're old.
I mean, I didn't name them. I identified them. They already have names. I'm not colonial.
I'm leaving.
That was a really good joke. Come on. Good, I'm sorry.
You're not funny.
She's laughing though.
A little bit.
This is top of Enchanted Rock in outside of Fredericksburg. Is it in Fredericksburg?
It's outside of it. This isn't the top.
Well, this is almost the top, alright? Don't listen to her. I'm trying to tell them I'm at the top.
Well, tell me you're at the top when you're at the top. Shut.
Alright, I'm gonna come back to you guys in 10 minutes when I get to the top. Have fun. Alright guys, my tour guide has given me the final word that we are now officially at the top of Enchanted Rock. I don't feel any more enchanted, but I feel like a rock.
Shut up, Dad.
I'm gonna do what I want, because I'm a grown man with a YouTube channel. Where's your YouTube channel? I have to cut that out, because my nephews are gonna watch this. Anyway, this is kind of cool, right? She told me to lay off the edge. She's gonna run up and just push me off. I bet you guys that's what's gonna happen. So if I die right now, I don't have anything to give you guys, so I'm sorry. It's a pretty steep mountain to move up, but it's good for my hike, the Appalachian Trail, because there's going to be a lot of elevation in that trail. So it's good to get that experience and build that muscle in my legs. And actually, I'm fasted right now. I'm about 24 hours fasted, so that's always good too. I got to shave though. What'd she say? She don't like me. She likes beards, but she never saw me with my beard. I'll pipe in a picture of me with a beard here so you guys can judge.
So in my opinion, shut up. So in my opinion, one of the most important pieces of equipment when we're talking about hiking, backpacking, trail running, whatever it is that you're going to be doing on your feet is your shoes, of course, your footwear, if you will. I personally am not really interested in big lunky boots, although I will be trying a few different pair of boots out. But for now, right now, I'm more interested in sneakers that I can run in and also take on the trail with me, which is why I picked up the Asics Gel Venture 6 running shoes. Now, they are running shoes, but they have this big one-piece outsole. It's going to give you a lot more support, and if you are a bigger person like me, the gel, I guess it's gel somewhere in here, and it's a big thick sole right here. So I mean, it's not ideal for people who are strictly running, I would assume, because a lot of people do complain that it's a little bit heavy. They weigh in at about 11.2 ounces, which for a running shoe is kind of heavy. But I feel like if you are going to be going on a trail, you want to look for something with a little bit more rigidity in the sole. This is a nice thick one-piece sole with multi-directional lugs, so to help you with rocks, different elevations, and you know, just running on different kinds of terrain. I mean, I'm a bigger guy. I weigh 250 pounds, and I haven't had any issues. In fact, I am getting over issues with heel spurs, and this has been very helpful. I haven't had any days where I've had flare-ups of heel spurs or anything like that since I got these shoes, so I'm really enjoying them. I think they're great. I kind of really love the color of them. It's cool little, like, I guess it's phantom camo on it, but you know, you guys know I'm a big fan of camouflage because I'm an East Coast hardcore kid. But anyway, back to the shoe. I really like that it's a synthetic material. I know you can't feel it because you're watching on your computer, but it's a real breathable kind of I guess nylon-y type of material. And let me see if it says synthetic fiber and synthetic leather upper rubber sole. It's very breathable inside. My only gripe about that is that sometimes when I accidentally splash through a puddle that I didn't realize was as deep as it is, it gets my socks wet. But if you look down and you just avoid those things, then you won't have much issue with them. I can't say enough good things about them. They're lightweight enough, they're nice and rigid, but they still have a lot of sole and they're gonna absorb a lot of shock, and they're really great for running on rocks and trails, and honestly, sometimes just great for running on pavement on my way home from work at 3 in the morning. Speaking of running, since I walk to work and then I run home from work, I usually need to bring a change of clothes because I get sweaty. Also, I can't wear workout clothes in work. I'm a bartender. I have to dress somewhat decently while I'm there. So I always bring a change of clothes with me. That means that I always have to bring a backpack. Now, when I first started doing it, I had this larger duffel style backpack, which, you know, has worked for me in the past in simply walking. Once I started running, I noticed a lot of issues with that bag being so big and not tight and not secure that as I was running, it would bunch up on my neck and rub on my neck, and I would end up in a little bit of pain. I bought the Osprey Daylight Daypack. It's got a 13-liter capacity. It weighs in at just 16 ounces. So it's got this nice big compartment here that gets wider at the bottom, so you can go ahead and stuff your clothes down there. And just like anybody who's done any kind of research on packing packs for hikes and everything, you want your lighter stuff on the bottom and then your heavier stuff up close to your back. I typically will bring a bottle or two of Topo Chico with me, the big like liter bottles of Topo Chico with me, and I like there's a sleeve in here, an insert sleeve in here that I like to put them in, and it rests on top of my clothes without moving around too much in the bag, and stays tight to my back, so there's a good balance of weight in the bag itself. And I really enjoy this bag a lot. It's got a front compartment here. It's pretty small. It's not really meant to hold a lot. You put your keys in here, your cash, you know, maybe your phone up here if you don't have another way of holding onto your phone, you know. And it's served me really well. And it's got this hydration pack insert on the back of it. So I don't know if you can see that on the camera there, but you just slide your hydration pack. I just picked this up. I haven't really used this yet. I took it on my walk yesterday, but I didn't really need it. So you got this hydration pack here. It just slides down inside, and it has a little sleeve on both of the straps that'll hold the tubey piece, the little mouthy piece, whatever you want to call it. It also boasts a foam insert on the back with the little holes in it that keeps your back nice and cool. I will say that in the past with my other bag, my previous bag, I have had a lot of issues with sweating too much on the bag, and you know, the bag being kind of wet at the end of my night or at the end of my run, and my back being covered in sweat. This bag has definitely lived up to its purpose in the back foam portion of it. It has a strap here. I'll pop it on real quick for y'all. So it's got a strap right on the straps to keep it nice and snug on your shoulder here. And the one thing I noticed lately that I didn't realize when I first bought it, there's a little whistle on there. Oh, that probably hurts your ears. If I'm ever in trouble running down Riverside in Austin, I can blow a whistle and, I don't know, get somebody's attention. I got somebody's attention right here. Come on, Bubba. Come here, come here, come here. This is Frankenstein. He's really excited to meet you guys. Another strap down by the waist that you can strap around your waist, and that'll keep it nice and tight to your back. I'll say that I don't often use this strap. Even when I'm running, it pretty much stays on my back. I don't really need that too often. It's a really good, well-balanced bag. Stays tight to your back. I think it's well designed for running and trail running in general. And I can't say enough good things about this bag. Obviously, it's not going to be good for a long distance hike because it's only 13 liters. It's a real durable bag. It ventilates in the right places, right on the straps here. It's a good breathable fabric. Osprey Daylight Daypack. It gets the gold star from me for sure. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like or share this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, please go check out my Patreon. There's a couple different ways that you can help me out in the future on that Patreon, and it'll really help me bring you guys more content and better content more frequently. So go ahead and check that out if it's something you're interested in. Please hit me up. If you have any ideas, please hit me up and let me know. And I'm more than willing to create this open forum with you guys and continue this wonderful thing that we're doing together. Love you guys. Be safe.